Hello friends, today we are going to discuss about the distribution of error to the field measurement. So, in surveying we are taking the observations, either linear observations, linear measurements or the angular measurements, and for this some error is always occur in the measurement, and we have to apply the corrections to the observation. That is, whatever the error is there, that is to be distributed among the different observations. So, whenever the observations are made in the field, it is always necessary to check for the closing error, if any. The closing error should be distributed to the observed quantities. For example, the sum of the angles measured at a central angle should be 360 degree. The error should be distributed to the observed angles after giving proper weightage to the observations. Or I would like to quote you one simple example. In second year, you have conducted the compass traverse survey. In compass traverse survey, let us say this is four-sided traverse. Say this traverse is A, B, C and D. Okay. Using the prismatic compass, the bearings are observed from each station, station A, station B, station C and station D. From this bearing, we are calculating this angle A, B, C and D. So, theoretically speaking, the sum of the angles should be equals to 2n minus 4 into 90 degree, where n is the number of sides of the traverse. For four-sided traverse, the theoretical sum is 360 degree. If you are getting the actual sum, say 350 degree, so there is an error of 10 degrees. Error of 10 degree, and this error is to be distributed between A, B, C and D. Okay. So, whenever we take the measurement, we have to check for the closing error. So, how to distribute this error between A, B, C, D? So, we will discuss this. So, there are two rules for the distribution of error to the field measurement. Rule number 1, the correction to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observations. So, there are two possible cases. The observations may be of equal weight, or the observations may be weighted observations having unequal weight. When the observations are of equal weight, then you can distribute the error equally amongst all the angles. But the observations are weighted observation, then the correction to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observation. Then rule number 2, the correction to be applied to an observation is directly proportional to the square of the probable error. So, either weights of the observations are given, or the probable error in the observation is given. Let us say, so three angles of the triangles are measured. Say angle A is measured, and weight for this angle A is say 3, then angle B is measured, weight for this angle is 1, angle C is measured and the weight for the angle is 2. For triangle, the sum of the three angles of the triangle, it should be 180 degree. This is the theoretical sum. but you are getting the sum 179 degree 59 minutes 179 degree 59 minutes and 50 seconds, say 50 seconds. So, if you compare this sum of the observed angles ABC with the theoretical sum, so there is a discrepancy of how much? 10 seconds in 10 seconds. So, how to distribute this error of 10 seconds among A, B and C? As I said, if you ignore this weight, consider these angles are of same weight, then the 10 seconds divided by 3 is to be distributed among A, B and C to get the corrected values. But here the observations are weighted having the different weights. For A it is 3, for B it is 1 and for C it is 2. So, this 10 seconds is to be distributed according to the laws. The correction to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observation. Let us say C1 is the correction for angle A, C2 is the correction for angle B and C3 is the correction for angle C. According to this law, so how you should distribute this? Here we are getting two equations, C1 plus C2 plus C3 is equal to 10 seconds. So, total amount of correction must be equals to discrepancy, that is error, that is 10 seconds. And according to this law, I can write C1 as to C2 as to C3 is equal to inversely proportional to weight. So, is equal to 1 by 3 is equal to 1 is equal to 1 by 2. Correction to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observation. Then to find out the values of C1, C2 and C3, so I am getting C1 plus C2 plus C3 is equal to 10 seconds is the one equation, and C1 as to C2 as to C3 is equal to 1 by 3 as to 1 as to 1 by 2. So, corrections are applied in inverse proportion to their weights. So, you can express the C2 in terms of C1, you can express the C3 in terms of C1. How? So, I can write C2 upon C1, C2 upon C1 is equal to 1 upon 1 by 3, that is 3 by 1. So, you can write C2 is equal to 3 C1. Likewise, you can write C3 upon C1 is equal to 1 by 2 upon 1 by 3. So, express this C2, C3 in terms of C1, substitute these values in this equation. So, you will get the value of C1, then find out C2, C3, so and apply the correction. So, this is the rule number 1. Second rule, the correction to be applied to an observation is directly proportional to the square of the probable error, is directly proportional to the square of the probable error. We will take the same example. Let us say there are three angles, angle A is given and the probable error in the measurement of angle A is plus or minus 2 seconds. Probable error in the measurement of angle B is equal to plus or minus say 4 seconds, and probable error in the angle C is equal to plus or minus say 3 seconds. Okay. So instead of weight, the probable error in observations are given. You know how to find out the probable error in observation. So I would like to repeat again. Suppose if you have taken the 5 or the 6 number of observations for angle A, then you can find out the probable error in single observation using the equation ES is equals to plus or minus 0.6745 root of summation of V square upon n minus 1. So using that equation, you will get the probable error in angle A, probable error in angle B, probable error in angle C. Then, so how to distribute this error? Suppose the theoretical sum is again for triangle. We are taking the example of the triangle. The theoretical sum is 180 degree and observed sum, that is sum of observed angle, is equal to 179 degree 59 minutes and 50 seconds. If you compare this sum with the theoretical sum, this is theoretical sum, this is observed sum. So error in the observed angle is minus 10 seconds. So error is negative because the actual sum, observed sum, is less than the theoretical sum. If the observed sum is greater than theoretical sum, that error is called as positive error, and if the error is negative, correction will be positive and vice versa. So how to distribute this error of 10 seconds when the probable error in each observation is given? So use this rule too. The correction to be applied to an observation is directly proportional to the square of the probable error. Again, here you can write C1 total correction for angle, C1 is the correction for angle A, C2 is the correction for angle B, and C3 is the correction for angle C. The total correction is 10 seconds. Okay. So this is your equation number 1. Then another equation you can write is, according to this law, C1 as to C2 as to C3 is equal to, corrections are directly proportional to square of probable error. For angle A, C1 is proportional to the 2 square, C2 is proportional to the 4 square, and C3 is 3 square. This one. Okay. Likewise, in the previous case, express the value of C2 in terms of C1, express the value of C3 in terms of C1. After getting the value of C1, substitute the values to get the value of C2, C3, and substitute the value in this equation and find out the corrections C1, C2 and C3. So remember these two rules. First, the corrections to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observation, and the correction to be applied to an observation is directly proportional to the square of the probable error. Third rule, in case of line of levels, the correction to be applied is proportional to the length of the root. If the length of the root is more, then you have to apply the correction proportionately. Okay. If the length of the root is more, the correction will be less. If the length of the root is less, correction will be more. Likewise, you can apply the corrections. So we will take the two examples, one for the rule number 1 and another for the rule number 2, when the probable errors in the observations are given and when the weight of the observations are given. This is a simple example. So angles alpha, beta and gamma, these three angles are measured. Alpha, beta and gamma is measured at a particular point at a station closing the horizon. That means the theoretical condition for this alpha plus beta plus gamma must be equals to 360 degree. So we have to find out the corrected value of alpha, beta and gamma. So sum of the three angles alpha, beta and gamma is 359 degree, 59 minutes and 50 seconds. So if you compare this sum with the theoretical sum is 360 degree. Actual sum is 359, 59, 50. That is the error or the discrepancy in the observed angle is 10 seconds. So discrepancy in the observed angle is 10 seconds. So each angle is to increase and the error of 10 seconds is to be distributed in proportion to the square of the probable error. So we can write, let us set C1, C2 and C3 with the corrections to be applied to an observations. Alpha, beta and gamma respectively. So according to the rule, corrections to be applied is directly proportional to square of probable error. So C1 as to C2 as to C3 is equal to 2 square, 4 square and 5 square. So this is equation number 1. And also we can write, so summation of all the correction must be equals to error, because the total error must be equals to the total correction, only in opposite sign. If the error is negative, correction will be positive. If the error is positive, correction will be negative. So here we can write C1 plus C2 plus C3 is equal to 10 seconds. Then express this C2 in terms of C1, express this C3 in terms of C1. How to express is using equation 1. Using equation 1, I can write C2 upon C1. I can write C2 upon C1 is equal to 16 upon 4. Therefore, C2 is equal to 16 by 4 C1. Then I can write C3 upon C1 is equal to 25 by 4. So C3 upon C1 is equal to 25 by 4. I can write C3 is equal to 24 by 4 C1. After expressing this C2 and C3 in terms of C1, substitute this value in equation number 2. If you substitute this value in equation number 2 and after solving this, you will get the value of C2 is equal to 4 C1, C3 is equals to 25 by 4 C1. So once you get the value of C1, then you can find out the value of C2 using this equation here and the value of C3. Once this C1, C2 and C3 are known, then you can exercise the check. C1 plus C2 plus C3 must be equals to the total correction, that is 10 seconds. Then as the error is negative, that means each angle is to be increased by proportionally. Okay, so observed angle plus C1, beta is equal to observed angle plus C2 and gamma is equal to observed angles plus C3, and the summation of all the angles must be equals to 360 degree, 0 minutes and 0 second. 360 degree, 0 minutes and 0 second. So alpha, beta, corrected values of alpha, beta and gamma are the most probable values of the angle alpha, beta and gamma. Then consider the second case when the weights of the observations are given. So for angle A, weight is 4, angle B, weight is 1, angle C, weight is 2, angle D, weight is 3, and we have to find out the most probable values or the corrected values of angle A, B, C and D. Let us proceed step by step. First, do the sum of the observed angles. Compare this sum with the theoretical sum. So, how to compare with the theoretical sum? Here, as these angles are measured at particular point closing the horizon, say A, B, C and D. So, theoretical sum of this angle is exactly 360 degree 0 minute and 0 second. So, compare this sum of the observed angles with the theoretical sum. So, sum of the observed angle is 360 degree 0 minutes and 4 seconds. So, there is a discrepancy of 4 seconds. As the sum is greater than the theoretical, the error involved in the observed angle ABCD is positive error. So, the total correction will be negative minus 4 seconds. So, this total error of 4 seconds is to be distributed amongst A, B, C and D in proportion to their weights according to the rules for distribution of the error to the field measurement when the weights of the observations are given. So, the error of 4 seconds will be distributed to the angles in inverse proportion to their weights. That means, the correction to be applied to an observation is inversely proportional to the weight of the observation. Let us say C1, C2, C3 and C4 with the corrections to be applied to an observations. Let us say C1, C2 and C3 and C4 with the corrections to be applied to the observed angles A, B, C and D respectively. So, these corrections are inversely proportional to the weight. We can write C1 as to C2 as to C3 as to C4 is equal to 1 by 4, 1 by 1, 1 by 2, 1 by 3. Because the weight for angle A is 4, angle B is 1, angle C is 2 and the angle D is 3. So, we are taking here the reciprocal, the inverse of the weight. Then, if for simplification, if you multiply the RHS by 4, then you will get C1 as to C3 as to C3 as to C4 is equal to 1 as to 4 as to 2 as to 4 by 3. So, this is equation 1. Then we also know that the sum of the correction must be equals to the total error, that is C1 plus C2 plus C3 plus C4 is equal to 4 seconds. So, we are getting these two equations. This is equation number 1 and this is equation number 2. Again, as done in the previous example, express the C2 in terms of C1, express the C3 in terms of C1, express the C4 in terms of C1. It is not necessary that we should express all the values in terms of C1. Okay, you can express the C1 in terms of C2, you can express the C3 in terms of C2, you can express the C4 in terms of C2, or any other correction can be expressed in terms of either C4 or the C3 like this. Here, for sake of simplification and to have uniformity, so we are considering express C2 in terms of C1, C3 in terms of C1 and C4 in terms of C1. Let us say, so C1 as to C2 as to C3 as to C4 is equal to 1 as to 4 as to 2 as to 4 by 3, and this is second equation. If you express this, so C2 by C1, that is C2 by C1 is equal to 4 upon 1, 4 upon 1. Therefore, C2 is equal to 4 C1, same way. Then C3 upon C1, what is C3? C3 is 2, C1 is 1, C3 upon C1 is equal to 2 as to 1. So, C3 is equal to twice C1. Similarly, express the C4 in terms of C1. So, C4 upon C1 is equal to 4 by 3 upon 1. So, C4 is equal to 4 by 3 C1. So, substitute these values of C2, C3 and C4 in equation number 2. If you substitute the values in the equation number 2, you will get the value of C1. Once you get the value of C1, then putting the value of C1 here, you will get the value of C2. Putting the value of C1, you will get a C3, and likewise you will get the value of C4. So C1, C2, C3 and C4, these corrections are known. This is C2, C3 and C4. So C1 is 0.48 second, C2 is 1.92 second, C3 is 0.96 second, C4 is 0.64 second. Hence, the corrected angles are, as the error was positive, so you have to subtract these corrections from the observed values, respective correction from the respective angle. C1 is the correction for A, C2 is the correction for B, C3 is the correction for C, and C4 is the correction for D. So subtract the respective corrections from the respective angles. So you will get the corrected value of angle A, angle B, angle C and angle D. And if you do the summation of this, the sum will be 360 degree, 0 minutes and 0.00 second. So these corrected values of A, B, C, D, these are nothing but the most probable values of the angle A, B, C and D. Thank you.